wonder if I could draw you to another area of the program of study. So one of the things that we did as Pearson very early on with the GCSE D&T specification was we introduced 40 past and present designers. We did this because essentially there was quite a narrow representative list, including the specification when it was published back in 2017. And that list now is very diverse, it's very broad, it covers a whole range of individuals that contribute to British design, whether they were born in the UK or whether they immigrated to the UK. There's a breadth of sectors in there, so we cover everything from architecture to fashion. So we feel that past and present designers within the GCSE spec, even though it's not a required assessed element of this qualification, is really well represented, and that gives you a real good exposure. But that's right up at GCSE level, where we know that we're engaging students through those where they might use them within the NEA or within their study more broadly. At years 7, 8 and 9, what does past and present designers look like to you?
Well, again, it's the same thing. I mean, what you're saying should be taken right back, in my humble opinion, to Key Stage 1. Because if you're not talking about what's going on in the past, to use a hackneyed term from 1984, the past controls the future. If you're not talking about great designers and producing, resources that are easy to handle, you're looking at things like the Bauhaus, you're looking at, which to me is the greatest design movement ever. All those principles, Memphis, very colourful. You should be looking at those from the word go, even if it's just terminology, because it's different to maths, it's different to science. So building in those contextual references is incredibly important, and I think students or teachers from the word go should be looking at past and present designers, because again, that's what sparks kids' interest. One of the things we used to do is, out of a hat, you take a name, a designer's name or a movement name. The next lesson, working as a team or 2 lessons down the line, they give a presentation of who that is. Well, year 1 kids can do that as well. It doesn't have to be Key Stage 3 or Key Stage 4. And there, again, a lot of the things that I learned from watching students at Key Stage 1 and 2, because they are truly autonomous learners. And you look at how they learn and how they work together, and suddenly at Key Stage 3, that begins to disappear because everything's in silos, compartmentalised, and we need to kind of break that down a bit, hence the STEAM and all the rest of it. So the contextualised stuff, the past and present designers, should be a strand that runs all the way, and it's there in the programme of study, all the way through. If you're not touching it, then you're not building up that knowledge and expertise. So that's why I think it's really important.